Hello, I'm Anil S. Nayak, Assistant Professor in IT Department, WIT Solapur. So, today I'm teaching software testing concepts and in that Selenium automation testing tool through this video tutorial. So, the main objective of this video tutorial is students recall the software testing concepts, that is manual testing, automation testing, types of testings. Then students understand the importance of manual testing and automation testing tools. And also student understands the features of Selenium testing tool. So before that, first we will discuss about what are the advantages and disadvantages of manual testing. So testing means that to check the software or any product whether it is working as per the customer requirement or not. So for that we do the manual testing by writing the test cases and automation testing. Okay, so that we will discuss in the next slide. So first we will discuss manual testing. So the manual testing has some advantages and disadvantages. So manual testing means the person or he write the test cases to test the software. Test cases means, for example, is a positive and negative conditions. So based on that he write the test cases and with his own effort he do the testing. So manual testing means that the person with his own effort he is doing a testing. That is called a manual testing. So the advantages of this manual testings are, so it is there is no tool cost is involved. So uh, so there is there is no cost, so that is the one of the advantages. Then it can be used uh, dynamically, uh, changing the user interface design, that is user UI designs. So for the applications where the continuously or dynamically changing the user requirements, so for that we use this manual testing. And there is no environment limitation for the manual testing, as for example the QTP tool. So for that it won't support for the Informatica applications. So for like, and the Selenium tool, so the Selenium tool is a web-based application tool. So the limitation is that it won't support for the desktop or Windows-based applications. And it one more advantage that it is useful for the short-term projects. And for usability testing, manual testing is only one option. And for manual testing, programming knowledge is optional. Programming knowledge is not required, but the logical thinking is required for the manual testing. And there are some other and we'll discuss the disadvantages of the Selenium, the disadvantage of manual testing. So it takes more time or more resources, sometimes both, more time and resource. And performance testing is impractical. It is not possible by using this manual testing. And comparing the large amount of data is difficult. Comparing the data in a database, if there are 10,000 of data are there, so it is very difficult to compare. But if it is a tool, then it is very fast. And data driven testing and batch testing also takes more time and effort. And checking the GUI object size and color combination is also difficult. Then less test coverage, so it is very difficult to cover all the different defects. The test coverage is less and less accuracy as humans are involved, so they may make some mistakes, so the accuracy is less. So next we'll discuss about the advantages and disadvantages of automation testing. So automation testing means that here we are using a automation tool or software application to test the software product. Manual testing means that the person is using his own effort, he is doing the testing, but in automation he make a use to test the software. So the advantages of this automation testing is that it is fast compared to the manual testing, and reusability. So the reusability is like for example sanity testing, regression test, then repeatedly you can execute the number of test cases. It's a reliable and programmable, as programming language is required for the automation testing. Comprehensive, and for performance testing the test automation is only one solution. So next we will discuss disadvantages. So in disadvantages of automation testing is it is not suitable for the short term projects, and 100% test automation is not possible. So here some manual testing we have to do, so 100% is not possible. All type of testing is also not possible, and lack of knowledge means to use the tool we need a proper training, or he should know aware about the features of the tool. Debugging issues, then test tools have their own defects, so we may not get desired results, desired benefits. Environment limitations, and not suitable for the short-term projects, as because dynamically changing the user interface designs and changing the requirements. So these are the advantage disadvantage of automation testing. Next we will discuss the brief introduction of Selenium. So Selenium is a testing tool that introduced in the market 2004. It is an open source automation testing suite for web application across the different web browsers and platforms. So it is a suite of software tools to automate the web browser. Means it supports only for the web-based application testing. So it has 4 components, that is Selenium IDE, Selenium RC, WebDriver, and Selenium Grid. So we'll discuss these 4 test suites. The first one is Selenium IDE, Selenium RC, WebDriver, and Selenium Grid. So Selenium IDE is a simple testing tool, and it is a playback and a record feature is there in that. So the programming knowledge is not needed to test any application. Selenium Remote Control and WebDriver. So these are the next versions of Selenium suite. Selenium RC is also called as Selenium 1, and in 2008 the company they merged Selenium RC, that is Selenium 1 and WebDriver, and they called it as Selenium 2. So in the now industry, in the market, all the companies they use WebDriver as it supports all the programming language C, C++, Java, Python, Ruby. But the Selenium IDE has some drawback that it won't support for the programming language. So this is about a brief introduction of Selenium testing tool.